The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
So can I say that I've never really gotten people that are on TikTok all day and they're just scrolling through and they're constantly on it. We've got the people around work here that do it all the time. They're just constantly on it.
You go down a rabbit hole, and of course it offers stuff up to you that it knows you like.
My wife's on it all the time.
Yeah.
She's a mad TikToker.
I'm not that person. I've never been that person on Instagram as well. None of that. I just don't scroll. That all changed. Recently. Recently, I hit something more than I think a 17-year-old would hit TikTok, and I'm looking at it all the time, and I'm thinking about it all the time. And
Red Tube, got him again.
It's a little company that people might know.
Download the Temu app and shop like a billionaire.
I have downloaded the Temu app.
Go.
I thought this was only for teenage girls.
Temu.
No,
Shaun.
it's not. It's for mums as well. Mums love a bit of Temu action.
Temu, it's good. And I know that there are sustainability issues and stuff like that, but I'm putting all that to the side because it's about stuff I want. So anyway, I've been adding things to my cart over and over the time.
Here's a question. So you get on Temu and you type in anything that you might be interested in,
you want,
or
Shaun?
are you scrolling just to
My
find
trick
something?
now is that if I'm looking at buying something that, something of a designer brand or whatever, normally here, then I will either try and Google it and then add Temu to it, or I'll take a screenshot of it and then I'll Google image search it, put one of the keywords as Temu, and that exact duplicate. Where actually some people are saying, because a lot of the stuff is made in China and stuff like that, these companies...
It's just excess stock and stuff,
excess stock that basically people are just like selling it on the side. So I'll Google it and then it'll show me the exact product on Temu.
And for a better deal.
Shaun.
Well, obviously.
So cheap. So look, there was this...
but...
There was
That's
this one.
Sorry, I've answered your question.
This sounds so stupid, right? So, but there was a shower squeegee, right? That I use a squeegee in my shower every time after I have a shower. I clean the glass, right? Yeah, because then if you do it every day, then you don't have to.
Oh, Nathan,
that's
worry
intense.
About doing
that's
it.
Intense.
Is that intense?
Yeah.
Don't people?
No, some people do, but I'm not one of them.
I'm just a single boy. Got no one to talk to, Shaun. Mine's just squeegeeing the shower. Anyway, I wanted everything to look really, really nice, right? So I went. There's a website called Design Stuff, and it's all this designer stuff. And I found this black, really cool silicone squeegee, and I think it was like $79. And I was like, I can't spend $79 on the squeegee. Put it into Temu. I got it for $6. Exactly the same. And they arrived. Those two squeegees were amazing. But I wanted to basically do a smattering of things because I didn't trust whether it was going to be okay or not. Yeah. So I wanted to get one thing of substance that I thought, okay, this is a bit more expensive, more than I'd be comfortable spending on Temu. It was $65.
Oh, hello. What do you get for that? A boat?
I needed a drying rack. Right?
Yeah.
So I started going down
so you need dishes or clothes?
Clothes.
Clothes.
Because mine broke. Yeah, so I needed a drying rack. So I thought, okay. Anyway, and I found this drying rack. It's called the Octopus Drying Rack. It's an Italian design from a, what's the company called? The company's called, oh, God.
Octopussy?
No, it should be. Foppa Pendritti or something like that. Anyway, they are around $500.
For a drying rack.
I got this for $65. I brought it in. Here we go. So this is my drying rack. So it is bloody awesome. So it folds down to nothing.
It does actually.
Okay, so it's like a big cylindrical tube.
Yeah, it's probably what's the size of that?
It's about 60, 70 centimetres.
Yeah, and in diameter, that's what?
15
centimetres. Yep.
Yeah, Shaun would say.
Yep. So basically, Shaun, you step on this, you open it up, your poles come out.
Yeah, your poles do come out, Nate.
These are how you hang your clothes.
So the arms come out.
So the arms all come out.
So it all folds into the tube, and then you pull it out.
So for me, who I haven't got a lot of space in my apartment, this is perfect. And then
you're not going to hang your sheets on it. No, but for your jocks and socks.
So I got that for $65, right? And that is $500 at the shops, and it's exactly the same.
So how much lead's in it?
Oh, look. I mean, I'm sure that it's going to kill me.
It's not the lead, it's the asbestos that's made out of that could be an issue. I like it.
How cool is that? It's just a drying rack.
It looks like if you spin it around, it'd take off.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a windmill.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah. Or a helicopter.
So you haven't been disappointed. Are other people disappointed?
This is my thing. So now this is the worst thing that could have happened. It's the worst thing. Everything I bought was amazing. All of it. And I bought about 10, 15 items.
Yeah.
Now it's the green light. Now it is go time. Now now the cart is going to come into fruition. I'm going to be doing some punishment on this thing, and I'm frightened because I
This is
feel
going
like
back to that day when you were
Natalie-
getting all this stuff delivered. Back in the day, we got stuff delivered to work. We're not allowed to do it anymore.
Yes.
But Nathan would get parcels on the daily. Like, here's a 9-pack of screaming monkey slingshots. That we're headed back into that era, aren't we?
I think so. But these are going to be like really good stuff they're going to use. I would like to hear about people and Temu and you, right?
Yes.
I'd like to hear about your shopping successes, things that you went, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to get that. But I think I really need to hear
The fails.
people that have been punched in the guts by Temu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I need to know that can happen. Because at the moment,
Yeah, you've only had
I'm
good
in.
experience and you can't
and I'm just going to
fathom.
start just like spending like up a storm. So in my Temu cart at the moment,
Yes.
because when I see something that I like, I
Put it
just
in the
whack
cart.
it in there. There's 150 items.
Righto, just give us the first two right now.
The first two?
Yeah.
I wanted the
Can you
first
see
two.
that in the cart?
I'll go back up. Oh, there is Scandinavian wall hooks.
Do you have some Scandinavian walls?
And a vintage wooden perpetual calendar. For some reason. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm going to get it. I'm just saying I like it and I don't want to go back and look for it. So, Natalie, I had chosen something that I thought that you would love.
Here we go.
And this is a duck that holds your keys with its mouth because it's magnetic.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Nathan, do not buy that for me.
And I found a bookmark, which is
'cause I read.
yeah, it's the Wicked Witch of the West when she's been flattened by the house. So it's just her legs sticking out, and then that's a bookmark. And I thought that would be a fun little thing for you.
Nat's in Maylands. Good morning, Nat.
Hi, how you going?
Hi,
No,
Nat.
we're worried about Nathan.
We are.
Yeah.
Well,
This is
no,
not for the first time.
My husband and I both love Temu, and a parcel arrives all the time. We never know who it's for because every couple of days one's arriving, and they've always been fantastic, except when he thought he was getting like a crowbar type thing for work, and it arrived. It was like a little 2-inch thing that now sits on his key ring.
Yeah. See, that was the thing.
Yeah.
We had a discussion about this because a little while ago my wife jumped on this place and I forgot
Wish.
it now. It was called Wish.
Yeah.
And she got this ottoman amongst a couple of things, and it was the size of a small dinner plate.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sean's told me so many times, it's not the size of the crowbar, it's how you use it.
I have.
Now, the thing is, though,
Check the
tip,
measurements,
you've got to
yes.
check the measurements.
Yes.
You've got to check the
It
measurements.
does have. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, straight away, because that story about Megan,
Yeah.
that lays in my
Sticks
head all
in
the
your
time.
brain,
Yeah, so I
yeah.
was expecting all this to be like for a dollhouse. They actually do have furniture and stuff for dollhouses that people misread and think they're
Yes.
getting like an amazing table setting, and
Yeah.
then it rocks up and it fits in the palm of their hand.
It's a trap for young
Oh, well,
players.
now he's
isn't
got a good key ring anyway.
Oh, that's
it?
good.
There you go. All right,
Nat,
thanks,
thank you.
Nat.
Crowbar.
Paula's in Banksia Grove. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hey,
Paula.
Paula.
Talk to us about your Temu experience.
So it wasn't me, it was my husband.
Yeah.
He jumped on the Temu bandwagon and he thought he was getting a ripper deal. He ordered a dinnerware set. So he got some plates and some dinner plates, some side plates and some cups. And anyway, he thought, I've got such a deal coming. He also ordered some towels as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, they arrived and he didn't even open them. He was like, what the hell?
Sorry, wait
Anyway,
there. Your phone just started cutting out. What was that again?
Oh, he didn't even open up the box. He
Yeah.
was just like, there's no way that these are proper dinner sets.
Okay.
Anyway, he opened it up finally when I got home.
Yeah.
And he was bitterly disappointed because they turned out to just be plasticware. So it turned out...
So he thought it was going to be fine China from China.
Oh, yeah,
and it
yeah.
wasn't.
He thought he was getting such a deal. And then the towels that he also ordered, they're probably big enough to cover your left toe.
Yeah, right. So they're like hand
Right.
towels or
So
something.
this
yeah.
is the thing, though. I do need to hear this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But did he not read the measurements as well? Because it's all written there. It's all written there.
No,
I think the
that's
photos
a
can
mail
be
trade, isn't
deceiving.
it?
I
Yeah.
think people just look at the photos, whereas I've got
Yes.
these warnings behind me. So, you know what? This is terrible. I have not been discouraged yet.
No, okay. All right. Thank you, Paula. Have you had a bad Temu experience? We need to give Nathan the dose of reality he needs.
Here's the other thing I found for you, Natalie.
Oh, here we go.
So
But-
this is
What?
a plant. This is a crocheted plant hanger.
Okay. We have a $150 voucher to Hillary's Beach Club, by the way.
It's like the aliens out of Sesame Street.
Oh,
Look
they
at that.
do.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's in your basket.
Yeah, for Natalie.
Oh.
I bet I can crochet. I could just make that myself.
No, you don't have to. I'm
I mean,
buying
I
you one.
wouldn't. All right,
I'm buying
Betty.
one for $6.44.
We need a bad experience to calm Nathan down, please. Well, we call this guy Temu. Hello, Tim.
That was clever.
Thanks,
Don't do it,
Tim,
Nathan.
thanks.
Don't do it.
Okay, so talk to us. Why not?
What happens?
So it was literally only just a couple of weeks ago. I got absolutely Temu'd. So look, I'll admit it. I'm a bit of a plane nerd, so I like to collect my models.
Yeah.
So you can get this cool little, metal kind of plane models and all the rest of it. And I was like, yeah, awesome. I'll get this really cool. Doesn't matter which type, KLM. Anyway.
No, it doesn't.
We're all Dutch Airlines. I've flown them.
It does matter which
We're all
type.
Dutch, mate.
Doesn't matter which one. So anyway, so I get all these models coming in. I thought, oh, that's weird. That one's missing. And then inside the box, down the bottom, was this little kind of cardboardy, or say a bit of paper, and it had like a Pikachu to kind of cut out and make yourself. And I was like, that's really strange. I didn't order that. So I kind of gave it to my daughter. I was like, go, have fun.
Yeah.
Then I realised, I look a bit further, inside the box was about 20 sheets of white paper printed out with a model of this plane that wasn't there.
Oh, wait, it was a model for a paper plane?
I had to make it. Cut it out.
It was the IKEA version of a model plane.
But it wasn't like one of those cardboard ones where it's like serrated edges where you pull it out and clip it in or anything. It was literally like A4 sheets of paper that they got from Officeworks and just printed.
Whacked it
So
through
you
the
had
Hewlett-Packard
to get the
printer.
scissors and cut around as well?
How much was it? How much was it?
It was about $19.
$19? You spent on that?
You could have done that yourself, I'll be
Wait,
honest.
what was the $19 supposed to buy you? An actual model of a plane?
Yeah. My wife reacted the same way.
How many models of planes do you have, Tim?
Not many. It's a new thing.
Okay.
It all started when I bought the Concorde Lego, and then it just kind of...
It's rolled on from there. Sorry.
It's been a slippery slope there.
Let's go back to this. How much Lego do you have, Tim?
Oh, that's another story altogether. That's a lot. Not me. My wife is... She just built the almost 2-metre high Eiffel Tower. So that was
My God!
How good's that?
So you're now into model planes and your wife's into Lego.
100%, yeah.
Oh, you're my kind of couple.
Hey,
And
Tim,
but
is
the
she
kids are managing the stock portfolio, so it's fine.
Tim, is she good enough to be on Lego Masters? I mean, that'd obviously be a show that you'd be up for.
Oh, she always talks about it. She's pretty good. She can... The problem is with Lego now, it's not really a challenge. Like, she'll just sit there and bang one out in a night. And then she's like, oh, that was okay. She just...
Wow.
That was okay.
Good
not
times
even a
down at your
challenge.
house, isn't it, eh?
I know.
Good on you. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah.
Kirsten, hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Kirsten.
All right, Kirsten. Nathan needs to hear some cautionary tales about Timo. What have you got for him?
The paper plane didn't do it. I'm still in.
Wow.
Yeah.
So my partner bought, he thought he was buying Nike and Hugo Boss like tracksuit sets, like
Yes.
jumpers and pants.
Yeah.
So, but, just didn't look closely enough at the symbols. So the Nike one's got the tick and the IKE, got
Yep.
no N.
So
And then the Hugo Boss
Ike.
one, it's Ike,
Yeah.
yes. And then the Hugo Boss one is spelled BQSS.
No trademark on that.
It's like they sent me the wrong things, and I'm like, hey,
No.
maybe go back and have a look at the actual pictures.
Yeah. No, they
And
sent
sure
me the wrong
enough-
things. No, it was $4. They sent you the right thing.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, Kirsten, is the quality of the stuff good? Or is it just...
It's smaller than he thought, but it's nice and thick and warm.
Yeah, the fabric's
Quality
good.
set, fabric set.
It's put together, right?
Dad was the first person in my family to jump on Temu, which is amazing because Dad doesn't trust internet shopping. And Dad got some stuff sent over, but he ended up buying some tops for him and Mum. And the material is something that it's not far from Christmas wrapping.
Really?
Highly
it's
synthetic
highly
and- yeah.
synthetic sort of thing. Yeah. So I mean, I personally wouldn't buy clothing from there.
Yes.
So that has not persuaded me either. So this whole segment didn't do its job.
Well, that's because I think you've decided you want to be pro Timo.
No, I'm not going to be buying like knockoff Gucci and
You
stuff
say
like
that now.
I don't do that
Slippery
sort of
slope.
stuff. You know me. I'm simple. Uniqlo. Simple boy.
Yeah, have you bought any
see.
Uniflow?
I haven't checked for Uniqlo, though. I'll chuck it in today.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Okay, I'm going to talk about something that's going to get people very, very angry, and that is parking in their streets.
This is a Morris thing.
Oh, my dad will be up and about
Yeah, he
that.
would be
This-
huge.
Well,
He'd be huge
any
about
parking
this.
related
parking
issue.
Yeah, so we're going to head over to Leichhardt in Sydney's Inner West, and there is
The West Tigers.
a post on Facebook that got people very angry in the area because they all know about this one house, and this house is putting witches' hats out the front of their house to stop people from parking at the front
Now,
of their
Leichhardt's
joint. Here is
in a city, they wouldn't have off-street parking there, would they? No. Yeah.
So you'll get your permits and
Yes.
stuff like that,
Yeah.
but everyone has to park on the streets. Everyone
Yeah.
has to share them. But this person's permanently got these things. They said that they have been monitoring it for a while, as everyone in the community has, waiting to see if there's been renovations. There's been no renovations there. This isn't because trucks are parking there or whatever. It's just this person's decided that you cannot park in the front
The
of my
power of
house.
a witch's hat to be, and
The power of a witch's
the
hat,
respect that
Natalie.
people have for a witch's
Yes.
hat to not move it is
Yeah.
extraordinary.
I don't fear a witch's hat myself.
Yeah.
I was
Well, you don't think any rules apply to you? So.
No, not really.
Oh, some people said just move the witches' hats, but as we
Yes.
know, you can't touch a witch's hat because it's there for a reason.
Well, you don't want to get the wrath of the witch, obviously.
Oh my God. Some of these articles, you look at the comments, and the comments on this were just, it was pages long. This person, one of my neighbours, does not like anyone parking in the front of her house, so she has put a trailer there with clamps on the wheel so it can't be moved. This fool has a driveway and a garage. Entitled much.
Oh, that's taking the piss.
This one here, my neighbours either side of me and across the road have 9 cars between them. I can't get my car out of my own driveway most of the time. This person here, this is hilarious. Our neighbours did this in the UK when we phoned the police to see if it was illegal. We were told it wasn't legal, but they were more concerned about where they got the cones from, especially when they deemed they were local council property that had been
so they'd
stolen.
been
So they didn't get done for the car. They got done for the flogging witches' hats. But then this is the comment which is very interesting. The comments saying the people placing the cones are entitled are actually the entitled ones. 20 years ago, there was an unspoken rule not to park in front of someone else's house all day. It was kind and courteous not to.
I would think it would be. I mean,
Back in the day, I'm sure there was more room and all that sort of stuff. And
Less
this is
cars,
why
yeah.
I'm guessing a lot of the letters come from angry old ladies.
who had it good, too good for too long.
Yeah, we'd like to welcome to the show Zara. Hi, Zara.
Hi, Zara.
Hello guys, how you going?
Zara, so you caused a street some anger from parking.
It wasn't just me, my year group.
Yeah,
So
at your school?
At my high school.
What school?
One in the north.
Oh, it doesn't want to
One in the north.
One in the north.
It doesn't matter. I don't think it's important. But
What have you got to hide? Okay.
Wow.
You're hiding something.
no,
Keep
okay,
going.
no. So I went to we were getting renos done, and they were building a new gym, and the student car park happened to be right next to where the gym was. So they gave that car park to all the tradies because there were lots of trades coming in and out, which made sense. But then the year 12s didn't have anywhere to park.
Of course.
And I think my year group had maybe about 200 or 250 kids, maybe 300 kids. Like, it's a big school.
Yeah.
It's a big public school. So
Somewhere in the north.
What's it called again?
it's
Like Game of Thrones. In the north.
She went to
really
school
not
at the
that-
wall, Sean.
It's really not that deep. I went to Crean. But
Why do you want to say it?
Why are you so ashamed of Green High School? It's a great
I'm
school.
not ashamed. I just didn't know.
Those shops in Corinne are great.
Yeah, that.
Anyway, yeah, keep going.
We're a bakery. So we couldn't park in the car park, so we had to park around the school. But then we all got fined by the council. So we had to park on the surrounding streets, and the residents didn't like that.
So letters?
Oh, letters. I used to get like little notes in our cars, but there's nothing you could do about it, and the council didn't fine you for parking.
No, so you're allowed to, and there were no restrictions in those streets.
It was just people being like, "Do not park in front of my house." You're like, you're blocking it, but. We'd be there from, if I got to school early, it would be maybe 8 o'clock, and then I'd be gone by 3:30. So if someone's working in the day, that's prime time
But
to be at work.
the old ladies writing the notes aren't working.
I know, but
They're sitting at the window angry, looking at your car, trying to stare a laser into it.
But how is it impacting them? Because
I don't know.
It's their home, their car's there already.
We never blocked a driveway.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, there will be two schools of thought here. There will be the people that say it is free and it's a free party. You can park in front of someone else's house, but there's other people that say no. It's actually rude for you to park in front of someone else's house.
Mike, my street cops it.
It's
So
true.
my street, because I'm relatively close to Canning Highway and there's a swim school around the corner, for some reason, doesn't happen during the week, but on Saturdays, there seems to be a lot of people go to the swim school on Saturdays. And whilst that does have a car park out the front of it, it obviously gets full and they then fill up and because people pull up, they're driving up on my side of the road, they will park right up in front of my house rather than you go on the other side of the road. You could be
closer down the street.
You just don't want to turn around.
But yeah, so it fills up, and so I take the dog to the dog park. I come back, the street's full, and I've got to I'm getting out 3 houses up. And which is fine.
Do you want to get your notepad and your
normally it wouldn't bother me, but the dog just sort of wanders around and he's going to run across the road and everything because I'm used to just getting him out right there and straight in the house.
You need to get your own cones.
No, I'm not
going
to.
That is the key.
I'm not going to. I'm not that person.
We would like to know, this is going to get people upset because it's issues that everyone has dealt with. Parking in your street.
On your verge, in your driveway.
Yeah, out the front of your house.
You can't park in someone's driveway. That's a given. We get that.
But are you allowed to park at the front of someone's house?
Yeah. Or on their verge, yeah. Hello, Natasha.
Hello.
Hi,
All right, what's the parking situation?
You do not park in anyone's house, street, driveway, anywhere.
What
do you mean?
What do you mean?
No. So I live in one of those housing complexes. So the garage is at the back of the house, not the front.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
So at the front of the house, it's the street, and then they have maybe 3 little parking bays. So everyone has to park either in your back in the garage or in the back of it, in front of your garage.
Yes, okay.
So we had some nuisance neighbours and they always had parties and friends over.
Yep.
So they would park in front of my garage,
so blocking your garage.
It's a two-way street.
No.
Yeah, so it's a two-way street. So they'd park on the other side. So there's maybe a metre from my garage. But I have a big car, so I physically cannot get out.
I see. So as you're reversing out or whatever, because they're parked on the other side of the street, it was still blocking you. They weren't technically blocking you, but they were parked in a way that
so you'd
made
have to
it
do a
difficult.
100-point turn to be able to get your car out. Is that right?
You can't even do a 100-point turn. There's physically no way of getting out. I have to go every time to find whose car it is and tell them to move.
Really?
You're
What
the
a hassle.
crazy car lady that starts screaming at people. I gotta move my car! But that's not your fault that they've turned you into that villain.
Oh, yeah. That's tough.
I have security cameras as well, so if I see someone parking there, before they turn their car
you run
off,
out
I'll
there?
yell into my camera. No, I yell out on my camera and my phone. And I'm like, move your car.
So they just hear a voice, a disembodied voice screaming at them about their parking.
Yeah.
Oh, Tash. You've been pushed to the brink on this. I see what's happened.
Tash, are you monitoring it? Just unconsciously monitoring it all the time? And do you always have one eye on the camera?
My phone pings every time it feels...
Oh, don't mess with Tash. No way. You're not getting away with that one.
Thanks, Tash. Gabby's in Cottesloe. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Gabby.
Gabby, talk to us about street parking.
Okay, so I live fairly close to Cot Beach, so you actually have to contact your council when you move in or move wherever and say, hey, I live at this address and I need parking to park in front of my own house.
Okay.
Anywhere on the street, you need to show
Your parking permit.
Yeah. So I have a neighbour who consistently parks in front of my house and has a huge trailer, like a trade trailer.
Yes.
And very often he covers my driveway. So just that little bit where I'm trying to reverse out and I can't, and it's a pain.
Yep.
So there was one day, he never shows his parking permit, ever. I don't think I've ever seen one. And there was one day, I came home early from work and I said, you know what, I'm going to park. He wasn't there yet. I said, I'm going to steal that parking spot so I can get out stress-free in the morning. I park there, I'm feeling really good about myself. I come out the next day, I got a fine. The one day I didn't show my parking permit.
Oh, no!
Gabby, there's no...
Gabby, you deserve better
You know what?
than that.
He's rang the council.
Yeah, that's what he's done.
He's gotten home.
Yeah.
He's rang the council. He's enraged. He's seen what you've done, and he's gotten you. That's what it is.
You need to beat him in his own game there, Gabby.
Oh, Gabby.
Hey, Gab, if you're there, how do you go with Sculptures by the Sea? Because when we all go down there, I'm there.
Sean's in front of your house is what he's saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's so many people in the area.
Yes, it's really rough. It's really rough. Our street is totally packed.
That would get annoying.
Yeah.
But then again, you are living really close to the sea. So, you know what? Just chill out and go and let the breeze hit your hair.
Feel naturally superior.
Give a seagull a chip.
Thanks, Gabby. Chris is in Wanneroo. Hello.
Hi, how you going, guys?
Hi,
Good,
Chris.
Okay, what have you got for us?
Oh, this happened many, many years ago.
Yeah.
I grew up in Scarborough with my parents, and they opened a local potter's house down the bottom of our street.
So that's a
across the road.
religion, yeah?
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so on a Sunday afternoon after they'd finished down there, a lot of them would come back to our next-door neighbours. And over the weeks, it gradually got more and more to the point where there'd be like 30 cars out the front.
Yeah.
And what they'd do is they'd park actually on our front lawn, and even to the point where they'd be in our driveway. You couldn't move. You couldn't go anywhere. Because
There's a car in the lounge room.
Yeah. So my mum went over and spoke to the people and said, look, you know, this is getting ridiculous. We look after our lawn. Can you keep off it?
Yeah.
You know, like they could have walked there from where it was.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, they basically told her to get lost, that it's council property and you can't do anything about it. So the following Sunday, my dad put all these big rocks up around the verge so they couldn't park there. Yes. So we're inside, we're looking out the window, and there's all these people shifting these rocks and parking on our lawn.
They're shifting rocks.
That's so good.
And they shifted them onto the footpath, and they were just parked there anyway. So by this time, my mum and dad were getting really angry. And, of course, this is back before people used to lock their cars and care about anything. It was the middle of summer.
Yeah.
So one week, they all parked there. They'd left all their windows down, everything. So my mum went out and put the sprinklers on.
So you can play this game.
Yeah. One parked there again. I think they thought she was the craziest old biddy ever. And they were going there again.
Well, the rocks didn't work.
But water did.
You know what? Once they'd moved those rocks, your mum should have just stood there with a hose just directly into their windows, because they deserve that.
That
is
was pretty
insane.
close.
Oh, that is very funny.
We're outraged on your behalf. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, these are great.
All right.
They
Be
are.
respectful, everybody.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Hey, we've got Pay Your Bills coming up a little bit later.
Yes.
Did you get any good ones yesterday?
I don't. It wasn't yesterday, but on Friday I had a fine. So somebody had, I think it was like $270 in parking fines,
Was
three
it
different
S.
fines.
McManus?
Might be a lot higher than that.
So, you can use the word bill, but I've been saying stretch it, so that you could do like a holiday one or a date night, stuff like that, or fine.
Yeah, we had an engagement ring payment yesterday.
Just on the fines, right, and in particular parking fines. So when we're at Fremantle, there's public parking around the Oval, and I used to park there just thinking I'd be right, and they used to give me tickets all the time. My idea was getting out of the tickets was just to drive off and flick the windscreen wipers off.
Oh, yeah, no, that worked. Very effective.
Can I tell you something? This is what happened over the holidays, right? So as we know, I scraped my car from Melville Mazda, right, down the side when I was pulling out of the car park.
You did?
Oh, yeah, it was ages ago. Anyway, I've been waiting to get it fixed, and then finally I took it into to bloody Joel in Melville, and they were giving it back to me. So, but the thing is, just beforehand, I took it in to go and get cleaned, just get the outside cleaned, and I took it to one of those car washing places, and then they had said online to put in your rego details and all that sort of stuff. So I put in the rego details, and when I got there, the guy was looking at me a little bit funny and reading the form, then looking back at me. Anyway, so then later on, I go back 2 hours later, go pick up the car, and then he goes, yeah, your car's ready. He goes, over there. And then I walked over there, and I've looked at this car, and I've looked at the license plate number. I'm going, that's not my license plate number. Anyway, I have, for the last year, whenever I've been parking anywhere, when you put your license plate number in those machines, I've been putting in my license plate number from a year ago, which is another license plate number. And you never got a ticket? I never got a ticket. I've never got a ticket. So I've been putting in the wrong license plate number for a year. That's amazing. Isn't that amazing? I've never got a ticket.
That is amazing.
Yeah, anyway. Mazda.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.